ladies, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the CEO of Bride Fit, and I'm so excited because while I have posted, a few videos here and there on YouTube, I have never fully committed to giving you guys the most amount of value on here for long videos. And today we're getting back onto the YouTube grind, and I cannot wait. I've got such exciting content coming out pretty soon, and I wanted to start out strong with a series. So without further ado, welcome to the Bride Fit Diaries. These videos are all around the alter ego effect and what that means. I seriously cannot wait. And if you're here, I already know that you're locked in. You're a bride to be, but you're also a woman with big goals, and you're not just planning a wedding, you're sculpting the body. You're sculpting the confidence that you want and the life that you are ready to step into. And that starts with something that a lot of people overlook. I myself overlooked for years, and it is creating your alter ego. Now, I don't beat around the bush, so let's just get straight into it. I want this video to have as much value as possible. This series is going to give you everything: the mindset shifts, the strategy, and the discipline, because I refuse to let you show up other than anything less than your most powerful version of yourself. And if you don't feel like you're at that right now, this is why I'm sharing this video, because I wish I knew earlier what I know now. That way you can skip the trial and error and you can just go straight into success. I am an expert in this field and I know exactly what you're missing. So let's get into that. Step one is creating your alter ego. Every high performer has an alter ego. A lot of the times people will literally come to me and say, Sid, how did you achieve that? And I am not joking. I tell them, I didn't achieve it. I tapped into this higher version of myself that already had the results. I tapped into her. She achieved it. And I started slowly becoming her, because Sid is just Sid. There's so many things in my life where I would be terrified to do if I didn't have that higher version of myself, that alter ego that got me to do things. So you need to create a alter ego for yourself. Every high performer has one. Rihanna had Riri. Kobe Bryant had the Black Mamba. Eminem had Slim Shady. Me, I step into my CEO self. When I think of my CEO self, I think of that version of me who already has everything I want, because that's the key. You don't wait until you arrive to start thinking like her. You become her first, and then everything follows. I'll get into that in a second. But I also tap into something else. So this is kind of more of a joke to kind of keep it lighthearted, but another alter ego I really think about is actually in Star Wars. And if you know me, you know that I am a movie lover. I love movies. I love to sit down and watch a movie and watch shows. It's just a part of who I am. And I've always loved Star Wars. And one thing about Star Wars, yes, I know it's kind of nerdy, and especially if you don't watch movies, you're probably like, what the heck? That's so weird. But listen, if you know, and I will not apologize for that. But in Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker, before he becomes Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, yes, I know he's not a female character, but hear me out. His drive, his discipline, his ability to channel real powerful emotion when needed, and just powerful, just to channel that power when needed to. That is a type of energy that gets things done. And for me, that's the part of my alter ego that I really tap into, that feminine version, that relentless ambition, the kind of person who does not take no for answer, who gets things done, who doesn't shrink back, and who doesn't let emotions or doubt dictate the mission that she has, the goals that she has. Now, I know Anakin is, like I said, not a female character, but for me, I really relate to that kind of darker energy, that more so get things done, have that ambition, have that excitement, have that boss bitch energy, because that's sometimes the ego and the motivation that I need to get things done. So your alter ego, it needs to be yours. Maybe she's a mix of characters and real people who inspire you, or maybe she's just entirely new. But what's non-negotiable for me is that she's powerful, she's disciplined, and she doesn't let her feelings talk her out of what she knows she's capable of doing. That's huge. Another thing that my CEO alter ego looks like, and I want to explain this to you guys the best way that I can so that you know how to create your alter ego, because the biggest reason for why people don't step in to their most powerful selves is because they just don't know. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they want to be. They don't know what they genuinely desire and want to achieve in their lives. And so because you don't know, you kind of just stay stuck and you just don't perform the way that you wish you could. So for me, what my alter CEO looks like, she walks into a room and she commands attention, not because she's the loudest, but because she's the most certain and the most confident. She also has complete control over her mind and her body. She drives the car that makes her feel unstoppable. For me, that's a sleek black Range Rover or a brand new Porsche, but she lives in a home that's filled with abundance and love and luxury and with family and relationships, not just because it's beautiful, because it reflects the life that she's built. She also wakes up with a plan, not just for her business, but for her body, her energy, her relationships. She eats like someone who respects herself, and she trains like someone who expects results. And she moves through the world with a level of confidence that makes people stop and wonder, like, who is that? That is truly me. And the truth is, I believe she already is me. She is just waiting for me to kind of meet her at that level. And it's a conscious choice every single day to meet yourself at that high performing level where you know exactly your alter ego is there. So I'm going to be there. You'll show up differently in meetings and appointments and conversations and relationships, all because you're tapping into that higher version of you. You might be asking, okay, so Sid, like, how do I create mine? I'm so excited. I want to do it. How do you create your alter ego? You need to start by asking yourself these questions. So pause the video and write them down. First question is, who is the woman I wish I could be on my wedding day, on my honeymoon, and beyond? What does she believe about herself? How does she carry herself? What does she wear, eat, drive, live in? What kind of people does she surround herself with? How does she handle challenges? Once you have that, then give her a name. Who is she? It might sound ridiculous, but if you do name her, you step into her with intention. And every single day, you just need to start acting as if your habits, your choices, your workouts, your meals, all of that should align with her. And remember, it is a version of you. So all of that should align with you. The version of you who has no doubts, who doesn't overthink, who doesn't second guess, because that is who you are becoming. Now, the power of acting as if, this isn't fake. This isn't you're faking it till you make it. You're acting as if, because you don't just get the body and then feel confident. You don't feel confident first, because you don't get the body and then feel confident. You feel confident first and then the body follows. I promise that's how it works. Like, you go into the gym, you go into the gym and you go into a plan, you feel confident first and then the body follows. You don't wait until you're successful to think like a CEO. You think like a CEO first and then the success follows. So your alter ego is truly like the shortcut. She already knows what to do. You just have to listen to her. What is next? The next step is living as your alter ego daily. Because you might be like, okay, well, Sid, this is all good and great, but like, how do I actually like do this? What are the tactical steps that I can like do to really step into her? Because now that you know who she is, the next step is living as her every single day. And in the next episode, which is why we're doing a diary and a little series to get you committed and me committed, is we're talking about the exact daily rituals that you need to adopt to embody her, and to embody her energy, to embody her lifestyle, to embody her success and progress, and to embody her results. So without falling back into old habits. Now, with that being said, everyone can visualize their best selves, but only the ones who act on it will actually become her. So stay tuned, because we're not just talking about it or thinking about it. We are going to live it. Welcome to the Bride Fit Diaries. I can't wait, and I hope to see you in the next video.